Tonight, find out which Senate positions will be voted on tomorrow.
Plus, see how some freshmen started a new tradition here at Troy. Stay tuned. Troy TrojanVision Nightly News starts now.
The high-definition digital production center on the Troy campus with news from Troy University locations around the world. This is Troy TrojanVision Nightly News.
Hello and welcome to Troy TrojanVision Nightly News for September 3rd, 2013. I'm Christina Cook.
And I'm Courtney Addison. Thank you for joining us this evening. Have you ever wanted the chance to lead your school's football team onto the field? Well, the Student Government Association made that possible with the help of Athletic Director John Hartwell.
When you hear of a run-through tunnel, you generally think of the football team with maybe a few cheerleaders. But at Saturday's home opener against UAB, Troy University decided to start a new tradition. This tradition will be known as the Freshman Run. The Freshman Run will be a yearly tradition and will take place before the first home game of each football season.
It's all new students are invited to run out right before the football team to kick off football season and their first year as their tenure as a Trojan.
Any student from the 2017 class was given the chance to run through the helmet. Members of the Freshman Forum led their classmates through the helmet and into the student section. And being a freshman usually means you're at the bottom of the totem pole, but Farrell says he hopes this tradition will give freshmen a sense of pride in their football team.
We want to incorporate this to make the freshmen feel an ownership in the university and make them realize although they're young, they're still a part of the traditions we have here at Troy University.
Farrell also added that the Freshman Run is a good icebreaker for students who haven't exactly found their niche yet. And while some students might find the run silly or pointless, one freshman says she believes it's an easy and great way to show her Trojan pride.
Well, I just want to come out and show my Trojan pride. Everybody here today, we just love Troy and want to express that, and the university asked us to do that, so that's what we're here to do.
Again, the next Freshman Run won't take place until 2014, but until then, students are encouraged to attend all football games and also stay all 4 quarters to support the Trojans.
And the Freshman Run wasn't the only change to the game day experience this weekend. Troy's traditional Thursday night pep rally before a home football game changed days and venue. Jacob Harrison has the details.
Trojan fans of fall sports gathered Friday night for a new and improved pep rally to help usher in the start of the 2013 season.
Essentially what we've decided to do is just transform the pep rallies and bring them outside in a more open area and incorporate all of our athletics as we had a soccer game and a cross-country match today and really get students out of the inside, out into the outside.
With all the focus on the upcoming games, it's easy to forget those who run the show.
Well, being a cheerleader at a pep rally is different than being a student or a fan because your job is to lead the fans, and it's a lot of pressure almost to get the crowd pumped up because you have to get the crowd pumped up so they can get the football players pumped up for the game the next day. The pep rally really just gets everybody excited, so we have to make sure that we're doing our best to get everybody excited into the game.
As for players and coaches, this was their chance to see just who they're fighting for.
I know we got a lot of people here. Great, beautiful place here. Taj Mahal back here.
Memories were made as the Trojan Nation came together.
My favorite part about today's pep rally was they did a player of the week, and a lot of the times you just see football players as one unit, and they identified one as the player of the week. Coach Blakeney even said that he was the heart and soul of the football team, and it just kind of makes you see them as one person. It makes you identify with them, and it kind of makes you feel closer, so it gets you pumped up for that one player and the team as a whole.
All in the pursuit of victory. Jacob Harrison, Troy Trojan.
The next pep rally will be this Friday at 5:30 on the new football practice fields behind Trojan Arena.
Students who live in Residence Hall have the chance to determine their representation in the Student Government Association Senate tomorrow. The SGA will hold an election at 5 in the SGA office. The election will determine who will represent the residence halls in this year's Senate. Even though the rest of the Senate is decided in the spring, the SGA holds the residence hall election in the fall due to high turnaround in residents living between school years. And once again, the Senate election will be tomorrow from 8 to 5 in the SGA office in Trojan Center Room 215. Students must have their ID to vote.
And now taking a look at news from around the state. In Birmingham, hunters could be required to notify the state within 24 hours of killing a deer or turkey. The program is called Game Check. Officials say they need the information to make sure wildlife is healthy. but Republican State Senator Paul Sanford of Huntsville says it's aimed at increasing state revenues.
And in Montgomery, visitors to the zoo spent part of Labor Day hanging high in the air after a ride malfunction. The zoo safari skylift ride shut down automatically yesterday with visitors on board.
And in Tuscaloosa, Alabama's new psychiatric hospital is expected to open in December. The new center will replace the old Bryce Hospital and also will be located in Tuscaloosa as the original Bryce.
And still to come on TrojanVision Nightly News, the Trojan football team got the season started off on the right foot. Mitchell Spoon will have more on that and all of the action in sports when he joins us. And now Mitchell Spoon joins us with sports. So Mitchell, this past weekend was completely jam-packed with all athletic events, starting on Friday night with cross country and continuing to Saturday with football, and we even got to see a great game.
That's right. Football had an amazing thriller, and even volleyball got some action in on Monday. Want to get more into that starting right now. 4 quarters wasn't enough to decide Saturday's football game against the UAB Blazers. As Danielle Percival shows us, the Trojans started the year off with an overtime thriller.
After watching UAB muff a kick in overtime, Will Scott and the Trojans had the opportunity to win it. And in the pressure situation, Scott delivered, and the Trojans beat the Blazers 34-31 in overtime. For Scott, it was his second game-winning kick, but for him, the pressure is always the same.
I still get butterflies on every kick, but that 42 against FIU and that one right there, I mean, really, I'm always feeling the same pretty much.
It was a record-setting night for quarterback Corey Robinson. Robinson set the FBS record for the highest completion percentage with a minimum of 30 completions, going 30 of 32 with a completion percentage of 93.8%.
No matter what I do or no matter what anybody as an individual does, man, we got the win, and so that's what we're hunting.
The Trojans trailed by 14 entering the fourth quarter, but were able to score 2 touchdowns to tie the game. But it was the defense that was able to help keep the Trojans in the game.
I was real proud of the comeback. I was really proud of our guys hanging in there and our defensive guys. You know, they could have totally shut it down, and they didn't.
The defense got us back in the game. They got us the ball back. So we still got some time left. We just got to go down there and punch it back in. And I think Dion actually scored on that drive, running the ball in. He carried like 3 guys in the end zone with him. So it was just a great play and a great drive.
The win was the Trojans' first overtime victory as an FBS school. But Scott is hoping they don't make a habit out of playing for overtime.
It's a win. You know, I mean, I'm excited to say that I was a part of a team that did that, but, you know, hopefully we don't have any more of those that go into overtime.
Danielle Percival, Troy, TrojanVision Sports.
Up next, the Trojans take on Savannah State Saturday at 6 in Veterans Memorial Stadium. And the Troy soccer team closed out the Trojan Classic with an impressive offensive performance. And goalkeeper Caitlin Bueno posted her second shutout of her career in the Trojans' 5-0 victory over Jackson State on Sunday. Troy picked up 4 goals in the first half, with senior forward Cecilia Thorngren leading the Trojans with 2 goals. The first goal came just 2 minutes after the match began. In the 20th minute, sophomore Louise Chang nailed her first goal of the season, and 2 minutes after that, freshman midfielder Nisi Jennings added a goal of her own. Freshman Abby Reynolds cashed in her first goal in the 42nd minute on an assist from junior Paige McMillan. Coach Bentley was impressed with the way his team closed out the weekend.
But the girls really responded for Sunday. Earlier in the week, La Tech and Jackson State had played together and drew 0-0. So for us to go in on Sunday and put a game away 5-0, we were really confident with that. Felt like it was a great result for us. Finished our chances, played very well as a team.
Thorngren is now second in Troy history with 5 game-winning goals and 8th in school history with 34 career points. The Trojans return to action Friday in Birmingham against UAB. And Monday marked Labor Day, and for the Troy volleyball team, they performed a great deal of labor as they went on to win their first match inside the new Trojan Arena.
For the first game inside the new Trojan Arena, things couldn't have gone any smoother for the Trojan volleyball team. They dismissed the Georgia Southern Panthers in 3 extremely close sets on a beautiful Labor Day.
It's special for the team. I mean, it's been a long time. We've been waiting for a while to be able to open it for volleyball for us. And they were really ready to play. It was good. We picked some things from the weekend, and they came out with a good mindset and a good focus.
The Trojans were led by junior Maria Zelenovic, who accounted for 17 kills and hit 268, but the Trojans as a whole hit 172. The Trojans also committed just 15 errors in the game compared to Georgia Southern's 23.
So the fact that we could angle on and push through and make plays when it counted, I think that'll benefit us later in the season.
Senior Alexandra Alexander recorded 32 assists, while fellow senior Courtney Cohen recorded double-digit kills for the fourth time in 4 matches this season, with 12 in the match.
First one in your home team, and especially seeing the crowd, they're pumped. So all they can do is keep striding for success from here on out.
The Trojans used 5-point runs in both the first and second match to take control late of the game. Through the entire match, the teams were tied 31 times, but at the end of the day, the Trojans did what was needed to get the win. The win also was Kirkpatrick's 100th victory as coach of the Trojans, and the century mark didn't even appear on Sonny's radar.
Honestly, I didn't know. You know, any win is special, and it's more special for the team. It just means I've been around for a long time.
It feels great because we're the first team with him to actually do that. It's a big connecting factor with him.
We really are excited that we got to give him his 100th win. From now on, we're just going to continue him getting the highest wins possible.
The victory brings the Trojans to a 2-2 record as they prepare to head to Auburn later this week to participate in the Active Angle Challenge. Mitchell.
The Trojans will travel to Auburn on Thursday, where they will face the Green Bay Phoenix. And the Troy University cross-country team hoisted its first meet of the season this past weekend in the Trojan Invitational. 8 total teams participated in the event that saw several Trojans post quality times. The women's side placed 5th in the event, posting 113 points, with sophomore Julia Odensdorf finishing 11th with a time of 11 minutes and 14 seconds in the 3K. Freshman Michaela Hodges placed 17th in her first collegiate race with a time of 11 minutes and 28 seconds, and freshman Marcel Mosley picked up 26th with a time of 12 minutes and 4 seconds. On the men's side, they put up solid numbers as well in their 5K. Senior Enoch Karuri led the Trojans with a time of 16 minutes and 49 seconds, earning him 6th place. Next for Troy was freshman TJ Lucas in 15th with a time of 17 minutes and 24 seconds. Fellow freshman Sean Kent placed 21st with a time of 17 minutes and 49 seconds. Coach Jeff Jenkins was proud of his team for competing at such a high level.
For us, we wanted to see who was going to be in what place, and racing is a lot different than the training. So we got to see who was going to mix it up in the race. We saw some things change around a little bit. Some people who we thought that may have been our number 1 girl or guy, and it may have mixed up just a little bit on a couple different sides. The race was really slow. The course is tough here, but as far as individual performances, who beat who, I think we mixed it up with some good athletes today.
The Trojans will travel to South Alabama to compete in the Azalea City Classic on September 14th. So, Courtney, Christina, congratulations for the football team for getting that overtime win. It was great being there, seeing that. And, of course, congratulations to the volleyball team for getting Coach Kirkpatrick his 100th win, and especially that first win in the new Trojan Arena.
Exactly, and hopefully this momentum will carry through the Trojan Nation and they can keep it going all week.
Of course.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.